internal energy sa system plus the term na pressure volume. Okay? It's a product of pressure and the volume. And usually, we don't deal with the absolute value of enthalpy. Ang concern natin is actually the change in the enthalpy sa system. Okay? So, when we apply change, so when as change ang yung internal energy that becomes delta U, then when we measure enthalpy, this is usually measured under constant pressure. So, executing the delta, ang concern mo natin after the operation is the delta V, the change in the volume. So, ang main formula sa change in enthalpy sa system, that is equals sa sum sa change ng internal energy plus the P delta V. And then, if we're dealing with a gaseous system, then we assume that the system is ideal gas. Ang P delta V na term, pwede mo siya ma-relate sa ideal gas equation as this. Delta N RT. Delta N is the change in the moles sa gas. Hindi, pag may reaction na nag-occur, there are cases na ang number of moles sa reactant is not equal sa na-form of moles sa product. So there is a change in the number of moles. Now this one is a device we call the pump calorimeter. It is used to determine actually the, let's say, the calorific value of a certain material. Okay? So yan yung principle is actually computing the heat, no? After the combustion. So, ang gawin vessel. Kasi, then you have here a water jacket. Then, dinutang yung mga material. Let's say, ano ang heat of combustion sa solid fuel. Tapos, you have here, this one is a type of agitator just to maintain the uniform temperature sa diyan. So, run sa steel. Then, sunod yung material, any heat na ma-release niya is measured using the thermometer. So you will notice a change in the temperature. Then we will apply later the formula for the enthalpy. Then that becomes the enthalpy of, let's say, combustion. Okay? Now, the properties of enthalpy. So basta ang idea ko lang, basta ang mga quantity, yung pag-inabutangan delta, that becomes a state function. You say state function, ang iyang measurement depends only on the initial state and the final state. We don't care kung paano siya nagkanto sa final state. Okay, basta ina-measure mo lang initial and final, that becomes a state function. Okay? Now, we have here the terms exothermic and endothermic reaction. So, when we say exothermic reaction, this reaction involves generation of heat. Okay? So, idea is, we start with the reactant here, tapos, ang graph tells you that the reactant is at high energy. Tapos, ma-react siya. After the reaction, ang product mo is actually relatively lower in energy than the reactant. Now, the difference in this energy, ang naging release mo, that's why mas low energy ang product. So, that is for exothermic reaction. For the endothermic, it's the opposite. You start with a low energy reactant, then, undergo ang reaction, ang product mo is actually higher in energy compared sa reactant, then you say that the product absorbs energy during the reaction. So it's endothermic. So malaan mo kung endothermic or exothermic ang reaction based on the change in the enthalpy. If positive, then it's endothermic. If it is negative, then it's exothermic. Okay? Then we have here, again, may bang calorimeter kita. That is to measure the energy release under constant volume. So, ang bang calorimeter may fixed na volume. So, whatever ang heat na na-generate mo, that should be the internal energy also, or the change in the internal energy. Because, again, ang formula mo sa enthalpy is the change in the internal plus P delta V. So, kung in-perform siya sa bomb calorimeter has a fixed volume, there is no change in the volume here. So, that's why, whatever ang makuha mo itong energy also is your change in internal energy. Now, if the action is performed under a constant pressure, okay, ang setup sa niya ginagamit is an open cup calorimeter. You call it the open cup calorimeter. So, in this setup, gusto mo i-maintain yung pressure constant. So, ang cheapest way to have a constant pressure is, of course, i-expose mo siya sa atmosphere. That's the cheapest way. Kaya ang atmosphere natin is constant pressure. Okay? So, gina-perform mo siya, ma-open ang babaw, expose sa atmosphere. Then, you proceed the reaction. Whatever ang heat mo na transfer, that is not the heat under the constant pressure process. Okay? Now, these are some of the reactions that involves heat generation or heat absorption. Like, for example, this one. This is the formation of methane. So, we say that this is the standard enthalpy of formation of methane because it came from the reactant that is under standard condition. You see, standard condition, dapat ang imo material is at the stable state. Tapos, under standard temperature and pressure. So, ang standard natin yung temperature is usually 25 degrees Celsius and the standard pressure is atmospheric 1 atmosphere. So, during this formation, since ang imo enthalpy is negative, okay, so we say that there is generation of heat, amping amount. That's the sign meaning exothermic reaction. Okay? Now, ang enthalpy or ang enthalpy of reaction is dependent sa mole of the reaction. So, if you compare the two, this one, you interpret that in every 1 mole of this reaction, there are 1 mole sa carbon reacts with 2 moles of hydrogen gas to form 1 mole of methane. Ang nakadamo ang na-generate na heat. If gin-perform natin ang reaction, pero gin-twice natin ang amount, let's say 2 moles of carbon, so therefore it requires 4 moles of hydrogen, and it will form 2 moles of methane. Ang ma-generate nga heat is also times 2. Okay? So, hindi nakadepend siya sa amount, sa imo starting material. So, these are some of the standard form sa mga materials, no, and their standard state. So, for example, hydrogen, ang standard state sa hydrogen is a hydrogen molecule, H2, and dapat it is a gas. For mercury, it should be liquid mercury. For carbon, it should be a carbon na graphite. Okay? We specify a graphite because we have different types of what we call allotropes of carbon. You see, allotropes, these are similar compounds made of carbon, pero different structure. So we have also, we know that ang diamond is made of carbon. So, pero that's not the standard form of carbon. Why? Because ang diamond occurs or form under extreme pressure. So we say that ang standard state niya dapat atmospheric lang. So at standard state, ang allotropes ng carbon na present is actually graphite. Okay? So graphite ang ato yung standard state for carbon. Then, also ang ethanol, dapat liquid form, iodine, molecular, naka-diatomic, tapos dapat solid. Okay? So these are some example of materials under standard state and under standard conditions. Now, yan. So we say, we define what we call a standard molar heats of formation. Ito siya heat of formation because we are forming the product. Okay? But still, we're talking about enthalpies of reaction. Specify lang kung ano mga types ng enthalpy. So kung formation ng reaction, so we call it heat or enthalpy of formation. So here, we define standard molar heat if this is the heat generated halin sa formation sa 1 mole sa product. So for example, this one, you cannot consider this as an enthalpy of formation because ang na-form mo dira is 2 moles of product. So hindi mo siya tawag na formation reaction. Okay? Now, in general, we have the term na heats of reaction. It depends on the types of reaction. But in general, we call it heats of reaction. So to solve for the heats of reaction, so ang mga formula, all you do is to get the enthalpies of each product, multiply sa ilang corresponding number of moles, i-add mo na tanan sa product, minus sa tanan-tanan yung enthalpy sa reactant times their number of moles, then that becomes the enthalpy of reaction. Then, Hess law, it states that the enthalpy change for any process is independent of the particular way the process is carried out. So, yung ginamin ni Heslo is this. Let's say you have here A forming B under a specified temperature, let's say T1. Tapos, kato siya kay T2. Tapos, ang enthalpy involved here is, let's say, delta H. Now, let's say, hindi standard ang temperatures. According kay Heslo, pwede siya kuno nga, ang A, bago siya i-convert sa B, utang siya na isa kay A at standard temperature, let's say, 25. Tapos, i-pour ko siya kay B, still at standard temperature 25. Then, pwede ko i-hit si B going back to the desired temperature. Okay? This one involves delta H. Pwede gusto mo siya i-cool down. Let's say, ipag-cool down mo siya na 9. Tapos, this one becomes the reaction at standard. Pwede naka-standard temperature kita. Then, you also have this. The heating of product B going to your desired temperature. So now, according to kay Heslo, let's say ang forward reaction, ammonia total enthalpy. Pwede man ako no, nga malabay ka sa driyo, sa tatlo ni ka step, that is still the same. So meaning, it doesn't matter kung anong path mo, basta ang total heat, parehas lang na. Like this. Lagi lang din niya. Yes. Okay? Then, we also have similar formula for the enthalpy of reaction. This time, if a given sa atin is not the enthalpy of the reactant, but the what we call the band enthalpy. So, meaning, it's more on the band breakage. Kaya when you say reaction, ang reaction always involves mabuka na yung band, tapos ma-format ko. Okay? So, sumahod ng ang enthalpy change sa nabuka ng band, plus sa enthalpy change sa na-form ng bagong bands. That is still similar sa doon. Okay? Now, we are sa sample problem. So, what is the final temperature in a bomb calorimeter if 1.785 grams of benzoic acid is combusted in a calorimeter with a capacity or heat capacity of 5.02 kJ per degree Celsius and initial temperature of 24.62 degrees Celsius. We're given that the heat of combustion of benzoic acid is negative 26.42 kJ per gram. So the negative sign only indicates that may heat released. So the formula is, of course, the total heat generated by the benzene fuel siya, kasi may heat of combustion, is equal to the heat capacity sa material times the delta T. This is question. Now, ang total is the same as the mass, total mass, times the specific. Kasi I have a small letter para kita ang meaning ang heat niya per mass. Tapos, CP, this one is E2 minus E1. So, we're given the total mass na gigamit mo, which is the 1.785 times ang specific, yung heat of combustion, 26.42 kilojoule equals the CP, which is the 5.02 times the final temperature, which is the required, minus the initial na 24.62. So, ang ginapa ngayon is the final temperature T2 na lang. So, from there, we solve the value. I already solved that one. So, that is approximately, wala siya ma-exact it. It's 34 point, ang sapo ng computation, it's 34.01. Can you double check guys kung ang mo yung part? So, the nearest answer sa choices is letter D. Tama ka? Nagets niya ang idea. This is ang Q nyo is per kilogram. Okay, so times the total mass na gingamit mo. So you get the total heat na na-generate niya. Heat of combustion. 34.01. 01 yan. Okay. So ang nearest na sa choices is 33.7. Okay? Usually we indicate this ang C as CP kung ang imong process is done under constant pressure. Okay? Next one, concept. Which of the following are thermodynamic state functions? So, mali natin definition natin sa state functions. I-evaluate mo lang kung anong parameters that you read based on the state, not on the process or sa path. So, for number one, heat here is not a state function. It's actually a path function. Okay? Why? Because ang amount of heat na gina-add mo depends kung anong process. Like, for example, you imagine ang analogy niya is you are hiking pakat sa babaw ng hill. Okay? Ang state functions are those ang difference lang sa height. Meaning, ang starting point mo pakat sa babaw. That's the state function. When you say path functions, it depends on kung di ka nag-agi. So, meaning, lainay nga lagyan, lainay man ang heat ang involved. So, meaning, heat there is a path function because it depends kung di ka mag-agi. But, the change in elevation, that is a state function. Because either way, isa dito ka mag-agi, ang difference mo sa dalog kung sa babaw is still the same. Okay? That's the state function. And ang ako niya idea per me is, based on literatures, kung anong makita kung ang mga symbol na may delta, na gano'n yan, tala na sila state functions. Okay? So let's say for example, volume. Teka gina, may formula kita ang delta V. Meaning, ginabutan ang delta, si volume is a state function. How about temperature? Ano? Temperature. May delta. So it is also a state function. How about enthalpy? Obviously, ayo. It's a state function. And density, yes, it's a state function also. Okay? So, ang state function nila is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's letter A. Okay?
Ang density, sir, state function.
Yes, because it depends on mass and volume. So meaning, kung ang density mo, nakadepende sa mass and the volume. So you know that the volume is a state function. Given kami material na with the same mass, tapos lain ng iyang volume sa loob. After some time, it will have a new state, so volume V2. Okay? So dire, if you have here density 1 as mass, hindi ko na pag-isa ng mass, kaya constant ang mass ito. Tapos V1, tapos you have here, ang imong rho 2 is mass over V2. So ang imong density depends on the volume itself. Kung given niya ang mass, wala kang change. Okay? So let's say ang imong system gas lang. Kung meron ako 2 grams of gas, after a reaction niya close ang system, ang imong 2 grams is still 2 grams. Pero pwede nga ang gas mo nag-expand na ako imong volume. So what happened to the density? Siyempre, manubuhin mo density. Tama? Kaya ang density mo depends sa state function, automatic, the density is also a state function. Okay? And regardless kung paano mo change ang volume going to state 2, ang natawag mo lang is ang final state. Magsuma ang density. Wala kong ginasuma ang density in transition. Here, you don't solve that. Ang ginasuma mo is after yung ma-achieve ang pagpuma state, form the density. Tsaka. So when we don't say na what is the density after a constant pressure process, but the density after the constant volume process, wala ito na higambal. Ang ato na guys, ang final mga pressure, mass and volume is mga density. Kaya ang final na mass and volume is actually a state. It's not a path or a process. Diba? So we say that density is state function. Okay? Okay na ito? Clear kita nila. Next, enthalpy is defined as, so that is the combustion, the continuity in the system, sum of internal and the pressure volume product. O, basis lang. Ano na yun, no? So, enthalpy is the sum of the internal energy and the pressure volume product of the system. So, that's letter. Okay?
Aside this, sir, sa other meaning, maybe kung hindi ito magbase sa, hindi ito magbase sa formula. Ano ba ang other?
When you say the enthalpy, actually, ang absolute enthalpy, we don't really deal with the absolute enthalpy. It is always based on a reference value. Pero kung gusto mo daw ka-analogy sa enthalpy.
Okay, based to sa ano na daw energy, ano daw, ng ginaproduce ng system daw na, something like that.
It's the energies na ginaproduce ng system under constant pressure. That's a good question actually. I will recall ang niya analogy. When you say, dapat, Kakachindig sa internal energy, no? Or not yet. Ano yung problem nun? Because may enthalpy pero wala takalan sa inyo. When you say internal energy, let's say you imagine may tubig ka dito. Kung natawa mo na siya sa microscopic level, syempre, ang molecule niya nagagiyong. Ang molecule niya may kinetic energy na. Hindi ko namudamo ang molecule, hindi namudamo man ang kinetic energy. Tama? To account for all this energy ng kinetic sa molecule, that is described by the internal energy. So ito sa internal, kay internal siya sa system. Yung call it internal energy. Okay? Now, ang enthalpy is when, for example, in-heat ko ang system. Okay? Tapos, may pressure again, i-open mo yung system. Kaya under constant pressure. Okay? Under constant pressure. Now, when I heat the system, hindi siya ma-describe as single na, enthalpy lang. So, I will try my best to have it simpler sa ito. Ang una is, ang measure sa enthalpy is, pila ang kinahanglan mo nga heat nga i-introduce sa internal energy sa system. That's this one. Tapos, bilhin ko siya, that's the measure of the internal. So, kung pila ang kinahanglan mo nga heat, okay, para pinito ng system. That's energy. Take note energy na sariyan natin ang amount. Now, I want to pull the system. Alsaw ko ang bilog ng system. I want to pull it, but it is against this pressure. So, I need extra energy para alsawon ang system. So, that is this energy. So, ang tanan tong kinahanglan mo, ng energy, halin sa pag-init sa system, hasta sa pag-alsa sa system. That accounts for the enthalpy na ginamit niya. Okay? So, I guess that's the simplest definition of enthalpy, because ang derivation nila sa thermodynamics is actually create siya ng hindi nga parameter just to account for the effect of these two parameter. Daw bago lang ang symbol. Okay, but basically ang nindurong guess ang pinaka-simple mo share ng analogy sa enthalpy. Okay? Okay lang na. Alright, let's have this one. What is the work done in joules by the system when H2 expands against a constant pressure of 75 atm at 75.3 degrees Celsius, and the change in volume is 24 liters. So, just like sa inyong brand nila, you imagine, ang muna Fermi nga symbol sa piston cylinder device. So, meaning, ang piston, sagwa may harap ng external pressure. Then you have here the H2O gas. Okay? Now, ang gusto natin is the hydrogen gas expands. So, meaning, kung gusto nyo ma-expand, dapat asawin niya ang piston. So, let's say na-expand siya. Okay? Kasi siyempre, ka-exert mo na siya sa pressure. So, now, ang nagbago nga, muning V2, muning initial ng volume sa gas. Now, after expansion, may delta V kasabong, which is the V2 minus V1. Now, ang question niya is, what is the work done by the gas in expanding? So, our formula here is actually equal to negative isang P external, external pressure sa what, times the change in volume. That's the work done. Okay? So, from there, we simply substitute the value sa then naka-joule sa this one requires conversion. Pero if I use first ang given, ang external pressure is 75 atm. Now, given kita sang change in volume na 24. So meaning change na siya. This is already the delta V. 24 liters. So ang work done rate is about negative, can you verify, 1,800. But the unit is liters atm.
Sir.
Tsaka 1,800. Now, this one is not the standard or the SI unit for energy or work. Kaya dapat naka-joules. Now, the quick way to convert liter atm, pero equivalent siya sa joule. Galing kaya hindi na siya SI unit. Okay? It is still a unit of energy or work. Now, to convert this to joule, you can utilize the value of the gas constant. So the gas constant is 0.08206, that's liter ATM per mole Kelvin. This is the same gas constant sa SI, which is 8.314. That is now in joule per mole Kelvin. So cancel ang mole Kelvin, cancel rin yung liter ATM. You will get a value in joules. So, ang 1,800, you multiply it sa 8.314, 206 na kayo. Sige ba? So, 1.
182, negative 182, 368.
182, 368, no? So, that is
46.9.
about 1, in scientific notation nila to, that's about 1.82 times 10 raised to 5. Tanga from here. Okay, kanya na ayaw, letter...
Wala gamit for ang temperature,
Wala.
sir, no?
Wala na nagamit. Kasi narinig ang temperature. Okay? Okay. Next. Now this time we have here reactions. So given here thermochemical reactions, given ang iyang reaction, ang magiging reaction niya, then that's the enthalpy. So both forms of reaction are all exothermic, kay negative ang sign sa enthalpy. Now, ang question is, determine now the standard. Okay, may superscription. The standard enthalpy of reaction, of this reaction. Ang hindi na pangalan. So we need to synthesize this reaction based on the two given reaction. So based on the two given reaction, if we target on BR F8 gas plus F2 gas, tapos it should yield BRFN. Okay? So now, ang sa babaw are all in standard condition because we have bromine, which is a molecular bromine, liquid. We have gaseous molecular fluorine, F2. So, standard conditions. Now, gusto natin ng enthalpy sini. Some BRF plus F2 going to BRF3. So, you need to synthesize this based on the given reactions. Babaw. Okay? So, we can do that if we try BR2 sa babaw plus 3F2 yield 2BR. Now, if we reverse the reaction kung sa ang first reaction, okay, para ma-achieve din natin kung sa natin reaction, we will reverse the first one. So you have 2BRF. Tapos yield BR2F. BR2. Yun ang butang sa subscript. F2. Okay? Now, from this reaction, you will get the net. So i-add mo ang duwa ka reaction na tumilig yung sa bomb. Now, if you add this, syempre, di ba sa rules of chemistry, kung may component sa reactant side, you cancel it out sa product side. So, we have meron din bromine sa reactant, may bromine ka man sa product. Correct? So, cancel nyo. Then, may tatlo kang fluorine sa reactant here, may isa ka din ka fluorine sa product, yung cancel 1. So, may bilindering ng 2. So, ang net reactions mo is 2BRF plus 2F2 equals 2BR3. Okay? But hindi na siya ang target natin yung reaction. Ang target natin is dapat 1 mole kada reactant. Now, before we do that, from here, we copy the enthalpy of reactions ng BRF3 nga rin ba, which is the negative 768 kilojoule. Tama? Muna iyang reaction, enthalpy sa reaction. Now, ang first reaction yung nasbabaw, i-reverse na ito. So what happened to the sign is, ma-reverse man. So instead niya negative 180, that becomes positive 180 kilojoule. And then, since ginawa natin ng net reaction, in-add natin ng reaction, we also add their enthalpy of reaction. So the enthalpy of reaction now, sine, is pila. Yan mismo ngayon. Diba yan? Negative 768 kag ang
Negative 580.
negative
580.
580 kilojoule. Pero, this one is true for sa aming reaction. Sa anong reaction? Sa reaction nga dapat ang ma-react to BRF, duwaman ka fluid. Okay? So, take note that this reaction is nakadepende sa amount. So, ang gusto nato niya is ang reaction nga magamit ng 1 mole each. So, what you do is you divide both sides ang reaction by 2. So, you get BRF plus F2 is BRF3. Now, since we natin ang per 1 mole na reaction, dapat kung ang tama ng per 1 mole, yun din ang enthalpy. So, you simply divide this by 2. So, that becomes 580 divided to negative 290. Muna sa buong reaction niya, ginapakita natin. It's for this reaction, not for this one. Okay?
So, standard, sir, pero hindi na 140 per minute.
Okay.
Standard. Mga reaction.
Standard, molar standard heat of formation. 1 mole. Pero it depends kung ano yung reaction niya ginapangayo. Like for example, dira. Okay, ang ginapangayo yung that it so happen, yung sa dira ng problem, it becomes a molar standard. Kaya nga form mga BRF3, 1 mole mo. So this one is not standard. So again, divide na natin sa to get the standard formation. 1 mole per minute. So that is 290. Alright. Let's have this one. Similar problem. So we're given, yeah. So ang ato naman target nga equation or nga reaction is the SO2, then NO2 forming SO3 and NO. So ang kinana natin gamitin yung reaction are atong sa dalawang. So how do we form this one? So we copy the first. Ito ang final product. Ang first reaction is SO3 and we need a product na SO3. So that becomes this 2SO3. Tapos, ang sa dalawang, we need a product na NO, pero sa dalawang reaction sa reactant. So we reverse again the reaction. So that becomes 2NO2 forming 2NO plus O2. So again, sa baba, why the making change? So the enthalpy here is still negative 197.8. So the long, we reverse this one. So this becomes positive 0.14 kilojoule. Okay? Then, we simply get the net reaction. So when we add, cancel naman yung one oxygen here with this. Tapos what else? Wala, no? So we have 2SO2 plus 2NO2 will give us 2SO3 plus 2N. Then, we also add the enthalpies. So this one, ilan siya? I have a copy para nasin.
Negative 83.66.
Negative, no? 83.66 kilojoule. Again, this is for every 2 moles of SO2 reacting with 2 moles of NO2 forming 2 moles of this. But the target is enthalpy sa reaction niya 1 mole of SO2 only. So divide mo lang sa 2N. So you divide this by 2.
Sir, paano mo balaan kung sinong sulion sa ila nga reaction?
You base sa final na reaction. Like sa final na reaction, you want an SO3 na product. So ang given sa atin is ang first reaction product na that's SO3. So we stick with that reaction. Sa second or sa next is we want a product nga N2. Pero sa given sa atin, ang NO is ara sa reactant. So the reverse na. Okay. So this one, ay divide na sa 2. So meaning we also divide this one by 2. So the answer is negative 41.83 kilojoule. Okay. Yun. Next concept naman. Which of the following has a standard enthalpy of formation of 0?
So, okay.
Paano ba kung ang iyang standard enthalpy of formation 0? Kung harap siya nga sa standard state. Okay? So which of the following are in the standard state? Ayun din, molecular, ayun din, standard state niyan.
Standard.
Hindi, kaya dapat solid siya ba? Arya. Hindi, kaya dapat ano siya? Liquid. Tapos this one, this is not a standard state of oxygen as well. Kaya standard state ni oxygen, diatomic, hindi dapat O3 or ozone, correct? So meaning, dito niya mo standard form niya. Okay? Tapos this one is not the standard state of phosphorus. I guess it should be gas also, or I'm not pretty sure kung anong, basta I remember it's not, can you look for the standard state of phosphorus, but I know that it's not as red.
The solid naman yan.
Pero the solid, yeah, si phosphorus is solid, pero it's red. Can we double check? And I forgot the standard state of phosphorus. Para ma-check pa.
Solid.
Solid, bantay ng color. Okay. And then, it is not in monatomic form. It should be P4. Okay.
And white.
Yeah, correct. So, solid, red, correctly red, pero not in a single atom. Dapat naka P4. Okay. Are, it is in standard state. Argon, noble gas, tapos gaseous state. So, in standard state niya siya, ang standard heat of formation niya or standard enthalpy of formation is 0. Okay? Next. To have a standard enthalpy of formation reference to 0, the substance must, so ano requirements ko no? So, ano itong mix ka sa wala. Of course, number 1 is correct. Okay? Because it should be the simplest substance. That's why oxygen is ang O3 is not standard form because it's not the simplest form of oxygen. Then, of course, it must be the most stable form. Okay? And what else? Ano way? It must be under 1 atmosphere of pressure. Under sa one's meaning dapat ang iyang state is exposed sa 1 atmosphere na pressure. Okay? Para under siya sa standard pressure temperature. So ang 1, 2, and 3 are actually correct. 4 is not necessary for a standard state of formation. Okay? This one is for standard condition. Like sa electrochem natin, ang standard cell potential, dapat ang concentration sa imong electrodes as a imong half cell na solution is 1 molar. Standard condition, but not standard enthalpy formation requirement. Okay? So ang 1, 2, and 3 lang na ang requirement so that your substance will have standard heat of formation is 0. Okay? So that's the answer. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Next. Which of the following equations correctly represents the standard heat of formation of methane? So again, you recall the condition. Para mag-standard heat of formation siya, dapat ang ma-form na methane 1 mole. Check. 1 mole ng tanan. Next, dapat ang imong reactant standard state as tayong product standard state man. So letter A. Hindi na, no? Because the carbon is not in standard state. Letter B. Is it in standard state?
Hindi. Kaya
Liquid ang 6.
Kaya naka-liquid ang methane, correct? Letter C.
4 moles.
Hindi pwede, because the hydrogen is naka-monoatomic. Right? So meaning, it should be letter B. Okay? That's it. Okay, next part. Sa physical chemistry, may aral na kita short introduction of this another thermodynamic property. Okay, basta yung property meaning ginagamit sila as tools to describe the state of the system. mas gina-identify siya sa thermodynamics na part. But sa PChem, we already introduce a simple definition of what we call entropy. So entropy is the measure of randomness or disorder sa system. Ano yung implication kung disorder ang system? Kung ang system is more disorder, the system has low tendency to perform work. Disorder siya. Okay? And it is also a state function. So meaning we only check the entropy on state 1 and state 2. Wala talabot kung paano nag-change ang entropy along the way. Okay? Now, ang idea is, if the delta S, if the change in entropy is positive, meaning greater than 0, we say that there is an increase in the disorder or randomness. Okay? That's the basic definitions under the classical thermodynamics. Ang mas strict definition niya is defined under statistical term, which is out of the coverage na natin. Okay? So for now, just believe that entropy is the change or the measure of the disorder of the system. Okay? Now, for a reversible system, okay, this is the entropy. The entropy of the universe is 0. You know what is a universe? Diba sa definition natin isang system ka surroundings, the area of interest, meaning ang region kung din the focus ang ating analysis, we call it the system. Anything outside the system is the surrounding. Then the whole area together with the surrounding and the system is what we call the universe. Okay? So, for a reversible process, okay, we say that the change in the entropy of the universe is always 0. Pero, if the process is irreversible, it will always yield an increase in entropy. That's why it is always positive. Okay? Now, one of the natin si entropy is the tools to describe the system. So, actually, it is useful in measuring what we call the spontaneity. Okay? Meaning sa spontaneity, if ma-occur ang isa ka process without any external source of power or energy. Okay? So, a process is spontaneous if it involves increase in the entropy of the universe. Okay? So, for example, ang iyang example is this. Let's say, you have duha ka vessel, naging divide mo isang valve, very close to. Ang vessel A is wala unod, evacuated, so vacuum. The vessel B is may unod siya nga gas under 1 atmosphere. Okay? Now, din-open mo ang valve. What do you think will most likely to happen? So, syempre, we expect na pag-open mo sa valve, ang gas diri sa B, makadto diri kay A. Now, you imagine nga ang gas are like children na pag-open din taga sa another space to run. So, syempre makadto sila. And it will give you a more disordered system. Tama? So now, tingnan ba natin, ang mga usual na nakatabo. So, hindi mo yung spontaneous. So, meaning, ang spontaneous gali is actually a process that will increase the entropy or the disorder of the system. So, ang flow sa spontaneous. So, we expect na ang gas dire, ma-travel dire, forming a disorder system, more disorder. Kay mas damo na subukan tuan ang gas. Mas pwede na siya mag-random pa rin. And it is not the opposite. This is the non-spontaneous na alindri may unod ni, kung may unod ni. Tapos without any source of power or energy, may amor na siya ang gas, kung pero tumadinasok, tapos wala na ibigin. That's the non-spontaneous. Okay? So, basically, ang point is, the system is spontaneous if ang imo nga process will give you more or increase in entropy. Spontaneous na siya. Okay? Alright. Next, we have here the third law of thermodynamics. So the third law of thermodynamics talks about the randomness of what you call a perfect crystal. So ang niya, ang crystal under absolute zero will have a zero entropy also. That's the basis. Pero of course, you cannot achieve a zero entropy sa perfect crystal. It is a hypothetical law. No? Kasi hindi nyo man achieve ang absolute zero. Okay? Pero but sa third law, pag absolute zero ng temperature, there is no disorder sa iyong mga crystal, sa solid crystal. Okay? Now, this is the basis for the computation of the entropies sa pure substance at any temperature. This is the formula. We will have the integrated form. Okay? So, I guess ang ninalang nyo na i-familiarize is the definition sa third law, kung anong iyang inestorya ka. No? Like, example, we say third law, then it talks about the entropy of a perfect crystal at absolute zero. Wala na. Okay? Next is physical equilibria. So, I'll proceed na diretso. Now, another thermodynamic property is your Gibbs free energy. Okay? So, ang formula naman is this one. The Gibbs free energy is equal to the enthalpy minus the term which is temperature times the entropy. Okay? So, meaning the Gibbs free energy and the entropy are related by this equation. Again, we don't really talk about the absolute terms. So, we will deal with that change. So, delta G na nakaroon natin na istoryahan. Okay? So, take note that Gibbs free energy is also a state function. Okay? Now, ano naman importance ni Gibbs? Same ka entropy, it is a backup to tell kung ang imong process is spontaneous or not. So, paano naman natin yung balaan based on the Gibbs? Alright. The delta G change. Okay? If the delta G or the change in the Gibbs free energy is negative, the process is spontaneous. If it is positive, it becomes non-spontaneous. And kung zero, it becomes in equilibrium. Okay? So meaning, ang imong process does not proceed with one direction only, but it is under equilibrium. Okay? Now, since ang imong delta G, depends sa parameters such as the entropy and the enthalpy. Okay, analyze this one. Like for example, we started the Gibbs is H minus ES. Now, again, we talk about more sa change. So, meaning kung mo na change, ang mga H also is change. Okay? Under constant temperature, so meaning that becomes T delta S. So, meaning, ari nga factor, so, ang ga-affect sa imong sign sa delta G. Nga gusto natin mabalang ang sign sa delta G to tell kung ang process spontaneous or not. So, if, again, negative delta G, 0, spontaneous, kung positive, non-spontaneous, kung 0, it is in equilibrium. Okay? Now, these are the parameters. If positive ang imong delta H, kag positive ang imong delta S, ang sign sa delta G will only depend on the temperature. Okay? Meaning, spontaneous siya kung taas-taas imong temperature. Or, negative siya, di ba kami spontaneous related sa negative na delta G? So, negative siya at high temperature. So, makita niyo man sa equation actually. Kung positive na, tapos ang imong delta S is also positive, minus niyo. So, duha ka positive term, saan uning bilog man negative. Kung mas, dako ni nga term mo. Correct? So, meaning, parehas na positive sa delta H at sa delta S, ang mapadako sang value ni isang nga term is the temperature. So, at high temperature, this whole term becomes more positive. So, a positive minus a more positive becomes negative. So, now, it will give you a negative delta G. That's why, kung positive ang duha ka ang delta H at S, mas spontaneous sila kung negative kung taas ang temperature. Okay. Then, you proceed to the next evaluation. Let's say this time, positive ang delta H, ang imong delta S negative. What happened? Not spontaneous at all temperature. Meaning, regardless kung ang temperature tamang kataas or tamang kalubog, it will always be not spontaneous. Meaning, the delta G will always be positive. Correct? Kaya negative na yung mga delta S mo. So, bisan pa ni kadako ang value sa T, multiply sa negative. So, minus a negative is always a positive. So, positive per me ang G mo kung ang sign ni delta H positive, entropy negative at all temperature. So, meaning, positive siya, it will be non-spontaneous. Next, the reverse, negative naman, let's say, ang delta H, positive ang delta S. So, ano naman ang negative? Ang imong delta S niya positive. Therefore, since minus ni, regardless of the whole amount sa T delta S, the whole value becomes negative. Kaya negative minus sa ano pag it becomes more negative. Then, it will always be spontaneous. Okay? Then, negative, opposite naman sa baba. Lagi na kung positive, mas spontaneous ka lang kung taas ang temperature. Kung dual sila negative, mas spontaneous ka lang kung tamang kanubog ang temperature. Okay? That's it. Okay, so again, may standard, diba mga ito enthalpy, may standard enthalpy. Automatic, may standard naman na Gibbs because your Gibbs depends on the enthalpy. So kung standard Gibbs ang ginastoryahan, you will use the standard enthalpy also and the standard entropy. Okay? Kung malalagay niya. So again, take note, the only difference mga baka standard is that it is happening under standard conditions. Okay? Wala nang hilain. Wala nang dinote. Okay mo na siya na doon na formula reserve para ko muna. Okay. Then this one, araman method na siya. Kaya dapat, I remember this topic. Wala na din-add ang equation. But, ang sa first one, the delta G standard is related to this one, ang formula. Now, this one, the standard G is related to the equilibrium constant using the formula. Delta G standard equals negative RT ln K. So, bali related ang standard G sa equilibrium constant. Ano yung formula sa mga? Okay? So, ano yung relationship? Okay?
Ang K value, given na siya.
This one, yeah. Ang equilibrium constant. Either given siya or solve mo siya itong equilibrium constant. Later na. Then, we have a phase equilibrium, meaning we're talking about equilibrium between different phases. So, tatlo mo lang ang phase na ito, solid, liquid, and gas. Okay? Now, we have two equations on this